Hello everyone, Lucas No here, and I am back. Now, my last video did record audio, and it should record in this one too. Whilst I was away as well, I actually started adjusting my advert lamp here. Throughout the first part, it starts off all this kind of bluish colour, and then when it reaches here, it starts transitioning to white, and then it starts transitioning to a partially green. That is because the advert changed in the when it comes to the final render. It changes. You won't be able to see it, but I feel that it was necessary to make the light change color, so because if the light is bouncing on objects that may be in view of the camera, that means that you'll see a gradual change. My voice was a little buggy in the last video, and I think it's going to be buggy here in this one too. I think that may be because of either my computer has not rested in a good couple of days because of all the work that I have been doing. It's also because I have rendered many videos out today and uploaded them today, and because I probably had so much open up on Google Chrome that it was taking a lot of memory and process. So I have just closed many pages down now in my Google Chrome, and I have turned off my Skype and stuff like that, so it should be a little better, hopefully. I honestly do not know what more I can actually do for this scene. So what I'm going to do is I am going to basically recap on everything that I have done in these 3 videos basically. The first video, you didn't hear my voice, but I did a lot of work in it. Primarily that work was sorting out my cameras. My cameras, sorry, I lost my words. I went blank. Yeah, but I was sorting out my camera's keyframes. In the second video, I worked on the shaky camera effect for my cameras to make it a little more authentic. I also, in the first video that I made, the one without my voice, which I do apologise for, I also worked on these spotlights here that comes over the top and basically goes past the camera view. I also worked on the material and the spotlights to make this lamp flicker. In the second video was the shaky camera effects mainly. In this video, during the intermission between the last video and this video, I worked on the animation of this lamp here, which gradually changes color to something else. So what I have covered in task 3 of this project is I covered many parts of animation in a 3D space, primarily the inserting of keyframes on objects to move. These keyframes also include objects that move, as well as rotating as well, like the camera. Also the movement of lights, a 2D animated billboard, so it's got 2D elements in it. Also a animation of color, as well, of color of lamp, as well as the changing or animation of a material from a emitted material like a light to one that is off. So there was a lot of forms of animation present in this video, and also the inclusion of the graph editor to make loops for the light flickering, as well as making the motion as of these flickering linear as well, which means that it stays in a constant speed and doesn't slow in or slow out, which is one of the 12 principles of animation. Other things that I have covered in this video is the shaky camera effect for a camera to make it more authentic, as well as I have adjusted my resolutions to be based on an actual camera. This is to give it a bit more authenticity as well. So there was a lot done in this task. It may not have seemed like a lot, but the task specifies in 3D animation, and I personally believe that I have covered many animation techniques in this video alone, and as it is a video recording, the evidence of what I've used is there in front of you. So you saw exactly what I was doing. You saw what I was pressing as well, because I have my screencast keys on. So you knew what I was pressing. I also the I key is to insert a keyframe. If I press I, as you can see, it inserts. You got all these options of keyframing. You can also keyframe certain things here by pressing I on certain sections. Kind of like the same thing in Autodesk Maya when you right click on the transition, rotation and scale, and inserting a keyframe on that. So, oh, excuse me. So you can change the value of it that way to do things separately instead of having to do the whole thing. So there was a lot covered. There was many things covered. I just don't know how many more I can do, really. I think the only thing I can do now is render it out, which I may do in a short while. I have set up my output to a render file section, which means that when I'm rendering it out, it should go in that spot. So I've been Lucas No from Aesthetics Interactive Studios. I thank you for your patience, and also I apologize for the audio error in the first video. So the pros and cons of this video, I went through various animation techniques that includes from movement of objects, animating textures or materials, animating light colors and light intensities as well. I also believe that I have covered most of the animation aspects that is required for the task. I think the cons of this is that after the first video there was no audio recording, so you would have missed out a lot of things. I may not have been fully clear on certain things because I probably worked a little too fast and I didn't really explain it. I think the other con or problem is that I didn't really use much of subject terminology, but I rarely use subject terminology because some people have said to me personally that when I talk to people and I use subject terminology in certain things, they have no idea what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to help out people who don't know this stuff and use normal person's terms, and they're trying to explain it into our subject terminology, telling them what people in the field calls it. So I guess it will be the end of my video and of this task 3. I guess the next task is to pretty much gather all the information I've got into one video, because I might think my evaluation, I could either have it written, or I could possibly either have it written, basically either written down, or I make it into a video explaining what I've done. I might go with the second one just to save time. All these videos will be uploaded on YouTube by the time I've done my evaluation anyways. It would have to be so there is a place where the tutors that I am doing this project for can find with relative ease, instead of me having to send massive video files to them. It'll be on YouTube, so they can just click on the link in the evaluation and they can see it for themselves. So all I really got to say is thank you for watching. I hope that this hasn't been bad. I know the quality of it lately has been bad, and I know I haven't posted much videos on my channel, but that's because of things like this and other work at university stuff, so there wasn't really much to really upload. I mean, I know that I made a video about saying that I've got my YouTube channel on hold because of a project I'm working on. This is not part of the project. This is a different project. My independent project is in planning and development still, so bear with me on that one. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all again soon. So I will see you later.